MC Radio Rental with episode 15. 15? 15 of improvised rap, freestyle, using random words. Let's see how we go. I'm gonna try to be consistent. I'm gonna try and land a rhyme on each line without stuttering or mumbling. Let's do it. I'm just spitting for fun. In between my teeth I got a tongue. If I'm not walking I might have to run. I'm under the sun, and if I'm gonna break it I perforate it. If I remake it I rearrange it. I'm old cause I'm ancient, like a celebrity, famous. And if I'm gonna see ya, I please ya. I believe in your dreams, yeah. And when I gotta eat, I choose the cheese, yeah. I'm like King Lear every season, and if I'm real fast, then you know that I'm fleet. I can run through the ice, rain and sleet. And if I'm in the herd, you know that I'm a sheep. And I got such nice white woolen fleece. I find orientation, I take it, break it, and remake it. I take my shoes and then I like to lace them. I look at your face and I get mean, I get all critical. I take the max and make it minimal. That's like a bird that shits on you. It's not just spiritual but physical. If you're not looking down, you're looking up. If you're not having a ball, not having fun, you might not be eating or saying yum. You might not weigh a little or a ton, but if I'm what's meant to be, I'm your deputy. I'm the constable of Gethsemane, and I'm sending heat eventually. Retroactively, this generation is inflamed, it's emblazoned with all kinds of changes, and we're grazing like we're eating the grass. It's crazy and it can't last. It's like an Egyptian cat that's barst. It's like a pane of glass, but my brain is fast. That's why I'm trying to outlast all of the strange cast that my arm is in because my limb was broken. And my rhymes are flowing. It's like archery, a bow and arrow to break the shards of your marrow. It's like Colin Farrell or feral, I'd go and feral. And I'm in real peril, but I broke the virus, it's all sterile. You know we're gonna eat, we'll make a feast. And this meat is beyond belief. If I say hello, I'm gonna greet. And then I leave, I go back to Greece. If we get on it all bandwagon, that's where I am handstanding. I'm showing off, I'm throwing fog. I got lost and now I'm just a dog. When I'm blowing the sound, I had a horn. If I don't care at all, I take on shape-shifting new forms, and I do it from the night till the dawn. And if I need to hide from the rain, get a roof. And if I'm a dentist, then I might pull a tooth. That's only if the tooth is loose, but it comes unstuck like glue. And if you're staying still, you might have to move. Utilize, use. And if you make a decision, you have to choose. If it's fake, it's a ruse, and I just have to nod here. I'm making a copy. I'm kinda foppy because my fashion does not have style. I might have to rile you up, make you crazy, and make you angry. If you hear what I'm saying, if I was a killer then I might be slaying. If I was creating I would be making, but if I'm unmaking I'm just destructive. And the luck of the Irish is inspiring. It's like a spiral rising in a spire. And if I'm putting every line into a paragraph, you know I rhyme hard, and I might have to get plants and farm, and I might have to fill up it all in my yard. And if I break it into pieces, shards, I might be putting the fat out in lards, and I measure it in yards. And I might have to put the balm on my arm to put on my armor. If I'm spitting good rhymes like a charmer, put all the food in the larder. And the Psalms are what's in the nice holy books. And if you haven't seen them, maybe have a look. And if you're not a took, then you're not peregrine, so don't read the book. And if I have to take it, I might impound it. If I don't say it quiet, say it louder. I could climb whole mountains, and if I get to the top and I shout that... Alright, let's keep going. Welcome, Ezio, Gregio, Quatreva, to the live chat. Hope you have a good drive. You know that I'm on it from the beginning. It is constant. That is why you know I'm never stopping. Like I'm on a lozenge. I don't know why I always say that word, but if you drive a car then you better not swerve. You better keep your tires stuck to the earth, otherwise you'll stop suddenly and lurch. It's like pain, creation, giving birth. It's like you're on a search. It's like you got to find what you require, and otherwise you might find that your worth has taken a dive, and you might find that you need lemons and lime, and you haven't got the chives that you need to survive. So you're on your grind from 9 to 5, and if you're gonna get stopped, it is a barrier, and if you fall, I am gonna carry you, and if we're together, you know I'm gonna marry you. Eating like a savage, and if I'm not gonna get the coverage, I might not be making discoveries. Maybe I should have said mustard and custard for lunch, or maybe just a curry. But look, if you're being a vicious, I might have to send you out. I insist that you exit because you're legless. Your intentions are reckless, so send it away from here. It's not great. Cover you in gravy and ate you, cause you're so delicious. I'm gonna laugh till I'm having stitches. I'm vicious, I'm insisting that this is a miracle. Obvious rhyme is spiritual, or maybe lyrical, or maybe individual. But if you go away, I will be missing you. But I'm like the inspector. I give the directives, and all of my intentions are reckless, and that's why I'm gonna send the message. If you're in the past, you gotta modernize. If you're Argus, you got a lot of eyes. If you're real strong, then you got a lot of might. And if you're too small, you gotta upsize. I'm like straight and I'm an arrow, and I'm gonna send it like a sparrow, because I fly so high to new heights, and I'm alive in the light of the sky. And if I'm civilized, I might find in good time lemons and lime. I'm on my grind from 9 to 5, cause I'm alive and I can shine like a diamond in the piece of the mind. And it's a piece of the mind that I find. It's like physical or miracle in time. I'm going off the beat, I gotta find my feet. I put them on the peat, on the grind. But I'm in the studio, and I like to move and flow, cause you should go like a ghost in the loam. It's like in the dirt when I'm at home. I'm in a toadstool because I'm a gnome, and you know that it's visible, it shows. And I'm into your ghost, and it's gonna explode, or maybe play it backwards, then it's an implosion, and you're gonna flow like a potion. It's magic, so you can grab this fantastic damage. You can grasp it and grab it. A ham sandwich is not making you famished, because you know you can grab it, you don't lack it. The facts that I'm slaying, it's more like I'm spraying like a fire hose, cause you don't know where it might go. I'm gonna grow like a gnome was gonna explode into whole new situations. I'm rolling it up and then I'm gonna blaze it like the defense of the ancients. Living on a spaceship, cause we're gonna blaze it and we'll go famous in FTL. So I don't fear the fell beast that living on the dark side, and I might have to find lemons and lime, or maybe rye, cause I need the whole grains. There's no way to escape this mad brain, so I'm gonna grab hate and I'll break it and remake it, rearrange it into what's greater. I'm gonna break it with a lathe so that you can feel the pain. Window panes break and they shatter the glass, and then you fall flat on your ass. Your bladder is harmed and so you might piss yourself. You're gonna be like an elf on a shelf. You're covered in wealth, but how can you escape yourself? Whew, that was good. Let's keep going. Radio rental from the mental. Freestyle rap, random words, let's go. You know I'm proud, you can't shame me. Yeah, living like a seaman on the Navy. And that's gravy, everything is great, so you can never change me. And if I'm gonna change, it's a transition. That is a singular mission. And you know that I shine and I glisten. You know that I shimmer, you know that I whisper. You know that I might be a victim of some kind of crime, so I might have to shit on all of the perpetrators. They're trying to turn to something greater, and if we're gonna take it, then it is a raid. And you know that the plans are laid. And you know that I might need a maid to clean the house, otherwise I can't fake it. Can't shame it, I'm famous, like I was Hermione Granger. And you know that I play for the Lakers in the NBA, so I'm a player. And if I wasn't in the past, I'm an ancestor. And you know that the raps are getting better. And you know that I'm eating the feta, and the cheese, maybe even cheddar. And if you're gonna break it, then twist it. And you know that I kiss it, because that is the simple missive that I'm sending. I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking up every kind of rhyme till you're out of your mind and you break your spine and your eyes fall right out of your grind. And I do it from the 9 to 5, and if I'm trying to not be fussy, do justice. And if I'm gonna cook up all the custard, maybe add in a little bit of mustard, little chunks of it coming from the crossword. I didn't have a rhyme, I didn't have it in good time, but that's alright. I'm gonna find better rhymes in good time with lemons and lime. I'm in the limelight, right? And you know that I live in the straw, I live in the farm, I don't care at all. I open up my mouth cause I got more. And you know that I'm going to roar cause I'm a lion, and I'm firing with my incisors, cause they've got the size to grind on your bones when I'm so far from home. And you know that you can never capture me, I got so much energy in my battery. And the matter heat is what keeps universe working cosmically. A Gnostic knowledge that I'm dropping, I'm like wrapping it up in a sausage. It's impossible to top it all, so I'm gonna say sozzle. Alright, that was awful. Let's try again. Alright. Improvised rap, random words. Alright. See ya, Ezio. You know, I gotta sing like I was a rival, like I was a king. Like I had diamonds and bling. Like I would go cha-ching when I got all the cash. If I was suffering from 100 lashes, cause I got the magic passion to grab this, to capture it. Damage is fantastic and I never gnash it. Keep my teeth like I was the captain of this pirate ship, and I'm firing, kid. I'm live and I'm the size of it, so I'm gonna sail the high seas. And I don't say this lightly, because my ship is so mighty and I can fly at light speed. And if I get lost, I might be in a maze, and if I was a donut, I might be glazed. If I'm gonna break the mirror, break the pane, you might have to replace it, but there's no mistaking the greatness. Like an NBA player playing for the Lakers, you can't change me. And my name is Seamus, but if I was a beneficiary, I better find a better berry, because I'm not just eating blueberries. I've got them already, too many, too scary, too hairy. It's like a bear coming out in the merry. It's a happy bear, so it's okay, there's no way to escape it. It's so great, but if I've got so much integrity, you know that everything is how it's meant to be. You know I don't resent the hate, because I know everything is meant to scream. Everything's too loud. How can I find some quiet, get some down time? I got to find an escape for my mind, otherwise it'll turn inside out, and that would not be grouse. So look, everything is a funny story. It's comedy, so we're on the door. He is gonna break it, change it, remake it, like the greatness was gone, but we got to find a new rhyme. You know I rap hard, you know I rap sharp, you know I like to break down all the love. And if I was singing songs like a bard, you know I got to find the rhyme with good charm. You know you will never come to any harm. You know that I have 2 arms, and you know that I try to charm, but the balm on your arm is armor, so you can never be hurt by any kind of farmer. Even if the pitchforks and the tools that they use to come capture you, because 100 slings and arrows will never crack your marrow. You never carry you in a barrow, because you know that I'm not shallow, because I'm so deep like the ocean sea, and we're floating really deep. And you know that I like to be meek, or maybe meat, if we're wearing fleece like a sheep. Eventually you will all see that the herd is what's meant to be, but mentally or physically or spiritually, I'm in the heat, I'm in the deep, and I can see everything that I need in good time, rhyming with reason or rhyme. But I find it's like a game of golf, like the puzzles we solve, like the milkshake malt, like my name was Walt, and I was a white, and I a good time, making meth and good lemons and lime. Alright, keep going.
Monkey.
Ray J's last comment got censored by YouTube apparently. That's lame. You know that my rhymes aim to please, or maybe I'm just trying to tease. If I come from here, or maybe from Greece, or if I rhymes with dawn in the east. You know that I'm the most, not the least. You know that I make the honey like the bees. You know that I like to eat cheddar and cheese. And you know that these rhymes are beyond belief. And if I was round, I might be a sphere. If I was afraid, I was feeling fear. But it's okay, cause I'm drinking beer. And you know that the cliff is high, cliff is sheer. And you know that I'm a policeman, because I take at least 3 hands, and I'm gonna remind them and rewire them. Then we're gonna find a new kind of light, and I might have to clarify that I'm the guy, I'm on high, I reside, and I will chime like a bell, and then I'm gonna fall from heaven down to hell. And it not just a small player, in fact I'm not minor but I'm major. That's just how I aspire to greatness. And you know we transform and we're changing, and if we need a bit of autonomy, you know there is a lot of heat, and I clone myself so there's a lot of me. And we're making the sausages, and you know that I keep the velvet. And if I put it up, shelve it, put it away, put a pin in that. And I'd like to wear feathers on my cap. And if I'm gonna eat a delicious steak, there's no way this was a mistake. I'm gonna throw it in a lake, and maybe then the meat will break. And if we need some bread, you know I'm gonna bake. And if we gotta transform, then I'm gonna change, metamorphosize into new styles. And I'll find under new light that I might be brighter and be higher, rising like Icarus into the sky. And I might steal a new kind of fire from the gods, and it won't last long, because they'll put the fog on top of the dog, and it's like a frog on a log. It's an obvious rhyme, so I'm gonna find a new rhyme in time, and we're gonna slay it. Every favor, every flavor that I savor, it's greatness, so I'm gonna glaze it like an ancient. I'm so old, I will never fold. It's like origami, and I'm strong and bold, and I'm never folding. I'm older, it's like the gold in the mine. Alright, we gotta slow it down. We're going too fast, gotta slow it down. And you know that it's flame and it's like a toast. You know it's not a little, you know that it's the most. You know that in the ocean I'll float. You know I'm protected by a deep moat. And if I can see you, then I have the sight. And if I close my eyes, I can't see the light. You know that the sun is bright and it shines. And you know that I rise high into the sky. Okay, that's alright, let's keep going. Alright. Improvised rap, random words. Let's go. Yeah. And you know it's an honor. A sort of. What rhymes with honor? What rhymes with honor? I don't know, but you know the name, and you know I'm gonna slay, and you know that you dance, and you know that you sway. You know that a donkey might bray, and if everything breaks, then it's okay. You know that it's cold, so you put on your coat. I float in the ocean, you know I'm a moat. I'm like a piece of dust, and I last forever, and you know I won't rust. And if I break it, I might perforate it. I might make it into something greater. I might fall into a lake and then change it, rearrange it, transform it, make it ancient. And if you're gonna learn, you're on the curriculum. Curriculum? I'm a victim of the curriculum. This invective that I'm spitting is so... This system is... I'm gonna shift it and remake it, rearrange it and break it. Living in the Lakers, and if we are a statistical average, it's like we are a plant that is a cabbage. If we have it, then we don't like it. So we're gonna stack it like we were playing Jenga. and you know it's endless. So you know we went there. Jenga. I don't know what rhymes with Jenga, it's a creed. But you know that I believe that I'm a sheep, so I wear fleece and I like to eat all of the leaves, 'cause I'm vegetarian and I'm scarier than anything, hairier than a bear, and it's kind of like the dare that we're doing instead of the truth, yeah? But I need some stimulation, so we're gonna take it and remake it. You know we're gonna roll it and then we blaze it, and then you know a cake is made of batter. It's no better, so we're gonna grab it like a feta. It's like the cheese, so you better believe I eat the brie and the cheddar. See, eventually we all will find a new place, and you know it's gonna be okay, no great. And you know that we fall into the lake, and you know that we're never gonna change. Alright, that was less good. I gotta go back. Honor. What rhymes with honor? Honor. Fought for honor? I'm the mastermind. If you need a plan, then I'm the guy. I rise on high so I can light a fire in the sky. I'm on high, and if I need a fish, I grab a hook. And then an amphibian is what I'm gonna took. And if you see, then you know I have a look. If I am reading, then you know I have a book. And the universe is made of matter, and it's like the cake with the batter. It's like the plant of the cabbage, and if I have it, then you know I don't lack it. And it's not determined, it's just circumstantial. And you know I got a handle, so I'm not gonna grab you, not gonna cap you or grab you, but you know it's all in the mainstream. It's like the fame, see, and you know that we like to make heat. That's what I'm saying, and if we're eating a lot, it's a banquet. And you know if it's great, I'm gonna thank it. I guess that's what you call saying grace. That's how I like to clean my plate, and if I can dream, then I can imagine. And you know I don't lack it. Like some kind of savage who just what he needs, he grabs it. And if I'm gonna think, and you know that I linger, and you know that at the party I'm a mingle, and you know you're finding the singles, and you know that I've got the shingles. Yeah, it's a pretty bad disease, and I can see that you don't believe, but the truth is that I eat the teeth. I eat my own teeth at 1,000 degrees, and I never settle, and I boil the kettle, and you know that I'm testing with pedal to the metal. Or the metal, I'm winning a medal because of the metal that I use, like the metal. It's all different words, but you can feel the swerve that my brain's going when I'm on the earth. But when you know get together, engagement, it's simply for entertainment, and your brain might go through derangement, and you know that we'll change it and break it and remake it like an NBA player in the Lakers. We need a different rhyme. 5 more random words, alright. You know that my hand is attached to a wrist, and you know that I'm writing a list, and I walk through the mist, and I give a kiss, and I like to make it fit in the sink. How else can we make the kitchen fit all of our dishes? I will list them so that we don't have to be a victim of the system, so we can fit in. It's gonna be okay, there's no difference. If we make it, we shrink, and then it's all gonna fit in the sink. Look. And you know that I roll it. It's like origami when I can fold it. Holeless bolus, I roll it. But I already told them that I already sold them, so you can't have the house in the ocean. Alright, this is a bit shit. I need to change it up, reset. Alright. You know I can't see you, we're in the dark. So I might have to shout, say hark. And you know that I'm trying to rhyme hard, but it breaks down into shards. And if we're gonna make it nice, we will knit it. And if we're gonna make it fit, we will fit it. We're gonna try and change it, break the system, so we don't have to be longer any victims. And we have so many expressions, and they will never become less than what they are, because they're gonna last. And they're like shards growing on a farm, and if we have a system, we will rank like the captains and the tank. But my hair is thin, it's so lank, and if I was a green, I'd be Hank. And if I was gonna achieve my dreams, I might be a seal like Jessica Biel in the feeling of the ceiling that I'm hitting. It's made of glass and I'm shitting and I'm slitting through everything that glistens until all the shards rain down like in shivers. But I kiss my missus, and you know that I shine and that I glisten, and you know that this legislature is getting greater because it's famous and by the good graces of God, who actually turns out to be a dog. We're gonna bark right through the fog, and we're gonna choose some kind of chalk. It's delicious, and I'm putting in stitches all of the victims. It's vicious, but it's a sickness, it's an illness. How can we cure it? How can we miss this? We gotta escape the brain, otherwise it'll change into a new shape, so I'll explain it. Simple greatness, just for entertainment. Good gracious, how can we escape this? New rhyme, 5 random words. If I'm dead, I'm a corpse, I don't care at all. I'm a horse, so of course I can't talk. If I can't run, I might have to walk, and I put it up on the blackboard in chalk, like Mindy or Mork. I have a fork and not a spoon, so I can't scoop at all. It's useless form, so I have torn it. I'm gonna break it, kill it, and then reborn it. I'm gonna chop it because I'm making the porridge. I had it, then I lost it. I don't have the knowledge, so I have to eat a new sausage made out of orange on the door hinge, and that is a simple allowance. I don't say it quiet, I just like to shout it. I climb it like it was a high mountain or a molehill. The rhyme's explosive, but I'll fold it like it was origami. The rhymes are high, they're kinda charming. I'm alarmed by the cast on your arm. You need some armor so it doesn't break next time, dude. You gotta protect your limbs, otherwise you're gonna be in sin. And you're gonna shimmer and shine in good time for vitamin C. Eat some lime. That was okay. Alright. We've had some good bits and some bad bits today. Let's continue. You know that I am so into this. That's why I am fastidious. I take it to the minimum. Then I am shining, I'm glistening, and if I'm gonna force it, I might extort it. Like I was a Mormon, and I was taking new forms, and I was knocking at your door. I'm important. If I need some salt and some pepper, you know I go to the shops and I get it. And I might grab some cheese, grab some feta, as well as some brie tasty and some cheddar. You know I grow weed, and you know that this plant is beyond belief. And you know I like the movie Grease, and you know that I got tickets for cheap. And I'm just trying to cause some sensations, just for entertainment. I'm deranged and I'm gyrating in my brain. It's kinda great, but I'm grating, so I'm gonna change it. I'm a producer, everything I had to grab, I'm gonna lose it. Everything that stands still, I'm gonna move it. My dreams are all lucid, and if it is Doric, it might be a column, it might be Ionic or Corinthian knowledge. I'm gonna take it up and I borrow everything I need, so I am gonna follow from the whole lineage, you know, ancestry, I'm into it. So I start it, then I finish it, like I was just a simian. Then I'm gonna see it, cause I perceive it. Everything I see, that's how I believe it. Everything that I can touch, I can reach it. And if I can grab it, then I seize it. And if I don't need it, then I leave it. I'm not a sheep kid, I'm not beyond belief. I'm not a cheese, so I'm gonna keep away from grease. But if I can formulate it, then I rearrange it. Then I break it, remake it, and create it. Then I'm gonna savor it, because the flavors are amazing, like Hermione Granger. I'm no stranger to bad taste, so I don't play the blame game, and I will blaze it like a flame of the ancients. Then I'm gonna be in La Brea, player. I'm a Brea because I'm a donkey. I've gone all wonky. This rap is kinda shonky, but I've got the Honky tonk, let's look, it's too long, so we're gonna change the rhyme in good time. I'm gonna find some good light so I can shine like a diamond in the mine, and I might have to find a new light, cause I'm like a rap professor. Everything that starts crap will get a bit better, and I write it all down like a letter, and I'm gonna send it like a message, and it's intense, so I'm gonna live in event. And you know that if I say it, then I meant it. And you know that I'm eating the lentils. Alright, that was a little rough, but let's keep going.
Monkey.
Welcome, Maddie, to the chat. 5 more random words. 5 more random words. 5 more random words. Alright. You know, I throw it, I don't miss it. I can take the ride on the train, got the ticket. I got so many items, list them. And you know that I might have to glisten and shine like I was on a mission, like I have to rise to the moon and then kiss it. Cause I fight the system, cause I don't wanna be another fucking victim. And I'm so wise that I'm like an owl, but you can't see me cause I'm wearing a cowl. I don't live in the country but the town, and if I'm angry then I might have to frown. I like to stay healthy, I like my pocket stay wealthy, cause I take a selfie with the people so I'm healthy. So I just repeated the word, that kind of rhyme is sort of a turd, but when I fail that's how I'm gonna learn. Till like the fire gonna burn, and if I need a fish then I might have to catch it, and if I have a lock then I might have to latch it. And you know the rap is not small, it is massive, and you know I have it, I don't lack it. And if you gotta get a rhyme to intensify, then I'm the guy to find the lines to fill your eyes with fire. So I remind you of lemons and lime and diamonds in the mine. I shine like the light of something else, and I'm on the shelf, I'm like an elf, cause I explain myself, then I'm gonna grab the health, look, cause I'm so elite. And if I need to feed I get meat, and you know that I go to Greece if I want to cause some financial grief. And I count the years like I was King Lear, like I was drinking a beer, like I was clapping and causing a cheer. And you know that it's not metric, it's imperial. In any season I'm the imperial. This heat is unseasonal, and all these lines are coming right off the brain. I'm kinda deranged and it's kinda strange, because the membrane is frayed like the space-time fabric. You know I'm gonna tear it, you know I'm gonna grab it, you know I'm gonna gnash it and break it and splat it. It has all been splattered, and did it really matter? All in the end if we eat the cabbage. Look, this is an emergency. All this emerging heat, that it is turning me into a surgeon. I'm burning, I'm murdering the beat. And this disability is beyond what it's meant to be. Like we were living in Gethsemane, yeah, we're sending heat up a tree. I plant the seed so that I believe I can fight through the rain and the sleep and the ice and the heat, and I turn it up by 1,000 degrees so I find the heat. That was good. 5 more random words, I'm a strange species. If I don't take it, then I'm gonna leave it. I'd eat all these delicious cheeses, whether it's the tasty, the cheddar or the brie. And if I refer it, I might burn it in a furnace. If I don't know it, then I'll learn it. If it's the butter, I might churn it. I'm a strange person, and if I got to give it, then I might owe it. I'm like a river with the rhymes, cause I'm flowing. You know I like to sit in my boat, and I'm an archer because I fire a bow. And this arrow moves through the air slow, and you know that it shines, and you know that it glows, and you know it's gonna float like a mote of dust. And if I have a great thought of us, I might trust that we're never gonna rust, and we're never gonna must. We only do what we choose to, because you're beautiful and I'm used to you. In the movement of the choosing, we got to reset it with new random words, because we break the plants with this vegetation. We're gonna break it, remake it, create it. Whatever I'm saying, it's like I'm going greater, Super Saiyan. And you know that it's blazing like a flame, and it is so ancient. And if we're gonna capture it from the manufacturer, And you know that I'm eating a camera because the camera is like cabbage. And if I gotta handle it, I'm gonna grab it. You know I write a letter cause I'm in the post. And you know that I can float right over your moat. You know that I pay it by the pennies and the groats. You know that I never slow because I speed up with no rhyme or reason, whether it's autumn or spring or any season. If I gotta grab it, then I'm gonna seize it. And then I'm gonna leave it, because if it's not good it might be unpleasant. And if I was a bird then I might be a pheasant. I don't wanna cause any of your resentment, so I keep moving and I keep you guessing. And if you're happy then you might be applauding. And you know that you might be reforming, changing into a strange new shape, so that no one can guess which way you might break. And if you believe then you have faith, like you're a water in the sword in the lake. And if you're a donkey then you might have to bray. And if you can't be broken then you will never break. And if you have enough money then you can afford it. And you know, like a Jedi you can force it. And you know that you might be like a Mormon with the special underwear, so you don't in Mordor. It's the place where Barad-dûr resides, and it's where the fiery eye rises. It's like Sauron, so you might have to be a moron if you don't choose the form of the protection that you need to survive this invective. We're gonna make it higher, we might find in lemons and lime, in good time off the mind. Incisors that grind. Alright, this is good. Let's slow it down a little bit for a moment. 5 more random words, improvised rap. Yeah. Alright. Thanks for hanging out in the chat, everybody. 5 more random words. Let's go. You know that I'm spitting this missive. You know I grab it and I pop it and I twist it. And you know you can't see cause it's misty. And you know I shine through the light, I'm glistening. And you know that I put on my coat. And you know that in the ocean I float. And you know that these rhymes aren't rote. They're improvised, they're off the dome. You know I'm trying to find some meaning, whether summer, spring, fall or any season. And you know it's hard to believe in anything at all, I need to find reason. Cause sometimes they're not how they seem, sometimes it's all plots and schemes. And I can hardly dream, I can hardly breathe. My face is turning green because we fall down to the soil, to the mud. And we all are chuds, trying to breathe from my lungs. But I'm just making puns, but I'm like a nun, do it out of habit. I'm gonna reach for the cross and then I grab it. And you know that I mean, I'm like a savage, and everybody's hungry like they're famished. You know I grab at the height, grab the crown, and I'm not gonna say it quiet but loud. You know we're living like dogs inside the pound, and you know that we're gonna stamp upon the ground. And I have found everything I once lost. You know that I roll so I gather no moss. You know that I'm rapping forever, I don't stop. You know that I'm so clean and I'm not a grot. And you know we're rolling like fog, and you know that we're never gonna stop. We're lost like we're living on an island like a pirate. I'm admiring the size of your incisors, they're so shiny. So we're residing, we're getting dirty, we're getting grimy. And I'd like to find new fire, so I'm gonna rise and grab it. We grab it out of habit, we don't like it, we're massive, so we're gonna capture all of the cabbage. We're gonna stab it, we're gonna stack it, we're gonna go up to the high, so we're never gonna famish, we're never gonna stammer, we don't like it. We're gonna grab the hammer like we were Thor, and we abhor the very thought of the awful order, because it is porous and we need the sword of Mormons that are so rising. And we're gonna rise and shine like diamonds going in space. I'm out of my brain, we're gonna go against the grain like Hermione Granger was famous, and we're grabbing like the ancients. And we're never gonna stay because we constantly change, we transform. And I abhor keeping just one form, because we're on the lawn and we're crying, we're bawling. And we're like the sky soaring, like we're grabbing a log and we're soaring. We're breaking the meat and we're gonna gnaw on it. We're so forcefully porridge, we're out of the oranges. This is just nonsense. So we're gonna have to slow down and stop it. Otherwise we're gonna be out of sorts. And by my estimation, we're only increasing in greatness. And you know that I'm making a statement, like the cheese that we put on the grater. Like we turn sultanas to raisins, then we rehydrolyze them to grapes. And we make them new shapes, and we're gonna engrave it on my own face. It's like scarification or Americanization, like inflation. So it is a raisin inflating a raisin to a grape again. That's what I call transformation. Like we're gonna put it on fire and we'll blaze it. We'll never change, we'll remain the same through all the ages. And if we're against it, you know I'm opposed. You know that I've got two eyes but one nose. You know that nose, sometimes I have to blow it. And you know I hide it and I never show it. And I'm always growing and I'm always flowing. You know that it's like a backwards explosion. That's what you call an implosion. And you know I open it and never close it. And if I pay too much, I was overcharged. If I got the money, then I might be living large. If I was a Simpson, then I might be Marge. Or if I'm making a prank, then I might be just Bart. And you know we're rhyming hard. And you know we shatter it to shards. And you know we're singing it like a strange bard. And you know that I'm trying to make charms like I was a spell, like I was a wizard. And you know I'm angry because I'm really livid. If I drink too much, I might hurt my liver. You know I shine, you know I'm gonna glisten. That is my mission. Like a simian individual, I'm shimmering in the system, a victim of the system. So we grab the ring and kiss it.
Monkey.
That was good. Let's keep going. Find my random words. Find my random words. Find my random words. The temptation is always to do that flow. And you know that I like to rise high. I orbit Earth like a satellite. If you need fast rhymes, then I'm the guy. If you need the rhymes to be real tight. And if I have every chapter, I know everything that's gonna happen. Because I run till the lactic acid grabs onto my mandibles. I can't hand it all, I can't stand it. So I'm just gonna have to grant it. Sometimes you just got to allow it. Sometimes you murmur, sometimes you shout it. If I've got all the knowledge, and I might rap an acrostic poem that didn't quite flow, but it's okay because it doesn't show whether sleet or snow we're gonna get in. I will row in my nice little boat. And you know the rhymes aren't pre-wrote because I'm living in the loam. And if I'm nice, I'm sympathetic. I hope that you get the message. And I will not resent it when I spit this mad invective. And if we're falling down, then we might decline. We're falling down from the mind. We're gonna go until we don't have height. And we can't even see the light. And by my might, by my third eye, we might have to find where we reside. We might have to go through and we'll glide. Because we haven't got the energy to fly. If we're gonna fail, then it's all last ditch. And you know that I'll pass it on the pitch. I'm gonna move it, you can get the goal. Then like origami, they'll fold. If I'm living in my place, in my house, I'm too big, I'm not like a mouse. And you know that I devour the chowder. And if I say it louder, then I have the power to explode it like it was gunpowder. And you know the cake requires flour. And you know that we're gonna glower, cause we're angry at these damn flowers. And if we're not too small, we might minute up so it all fits in the place in which we reside. It's like Tetris right between my eyes. Cause the effect size isn't important in science, because we've got to find where everything resides, and otherwise biochemistry isn't right. We need the performance. If you don't like it, then just ignore it. Wearing fancy underwear like a Mormon, making mistakes like we was a moron. And we have a price, and it's pretty high. So how can I find the light in good time? How can I make the bell ring and chime? How can we go if we don't even flow? How do we find a nice skipping stone? We're living in the loam between our toes, and you don't know how else we can grow. Whew. Alright, let's keep going. Let's do this one again. I really like this particular beat by Just Dan Beats. Let's keep going with this. 5 more random words, improvised rap. 5 more random words, 5 more random words. 5 more random words, 5 more random words. Yo. You know I've got a lure to the people are young and mature. You know that my dreams are all lucid, and you know bring together like fusion. It's all gradual. When I grab it all, gradual or grab it all. Fabulous, not quite right. Whether we're military or civilian, you know that I'm into it. You know that I'm shimmering, you know that with the light I'm glimmering, and if it's not the same then it's just relative. Like we was elephants, it's like a strange sedative. You know that I'm in a kid, if it's not light then you know that it's heavy. If we don't have a preference we say any, if we're not just one then we say many. If we were seagull then we might be Kenny. And we got a nice hook, and if you can't see then just take a look. And I write it all in words like a book, and if I was an orangutan I say ook. Yeah, I was forsook, so I had to have complaints and sooks. And if I can't shake then I might be shook, and if I might have to check the cook I might have to see what is the recipe. What is it meant to be? In Gethsemane I'm the enemy of every person here. I stick to the beat cause I try to be elite. I stamp both my feet, I eat the cheese. I cause grief to the people that are trying to seize on every season. And you know I'm a heroine, I'm a female hero, I'm on a heroin. But I'm pretty merry kid because I'm happy, got the heroin. Look, I'm standing at the gate, there's no way to find a new place, cause we got to brace against the door so that the evil army won't fall. So we got to storm the gate, otherwise we can't escape from this place. It's not great, so we got to break it like a drain. Go through the water, through the grate, through the lake. Cause we're causing hate and we're lacking in grace, so make no mistake. It all is fake, it's not real, so we're eating steak. Or is it really steak, or is this just people? Like Soylent Green, this shit is evil. It's falling down like a church steeple. People got to escape, otherwise there's no way. Otherwise the fire won't blaze. Otherwise we're playing the game of blame, and we might have to retake the grain so that we can eat. I need to get some lunch, I need to get some food so I can munch. The rhyme's kinda tough and the tone is getting kinda gruff, but I'm trying to improve the technique. Not today and not next week, I'm not weak, so I'm gonna try to find the steep incline so I can rhyme on high, so I'm shining like I was a fireman and I was putting out the blaze. I'm gonna make it rain on every day, and if I am not good, I lack credibility. I'm not quite what I'm meant to be. In Gethsemane I'm sending heat, I'm planting seeds so that you know it'll grow a tree. And slowly you know that we're folding like origami, and we flow heat like a magma, like a volcanic explosion. And I'm lacking, I'm slowing, but it's okay cause it's my birthday. It is the worst way to behave if you're trying to be great and you walk around violent and you slay. You don't spray it, you say it, and if then you might just grey it. If you take away colour, like you were under some kind of terrible island, how can you be firing when you're Simon? Whatever I say, you gotta repeat. I move my feet, you move your feet. I move my arm, you move your arm. It's causing harm, it's not charming, it's kind of alarming. Like we were farming. We're gonna count you up like it was a census. Everything I say, you know that I'm gonna meant it. Everything I break, I will mend it. Everything I make, well then I'm gonna rend it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in business. I break the shit so that I can fix it. It's ridiculous, but that's the economy. I'm dropping heat. It's knowledge, see? Alright, maybe we'll just do one more. A little bit more. Let's see what we can do. Let's go to our classic fave beat. You know, I never force it, I let the flow happen, that's important. I get a little, then I got more of it. I got too much, I keep it in storage. And I don't need a pen, cause all of these rhymes are coming off my head. Like I was the Knight of Ren, and I was getting everything I send. And you know, if it's justice, it's judicial. It is so official. That's why I'm in a situation that's blazing like a famous. But then on the day, you know, we'll set a date with a friend or with a mate. You know, it's not just good, it's pretty great. We're trying to end all the hate, and we're gonna soar like we did abhor the whole ground. So we're not gonna tolerate it at all. We're gonna make it soar so that I can escape and reach for the order. Like the bricks and mortar. Is it great? Well, sort of. But we are just a folk, and if we're making fibs, we're just telling jokes. And you know that in the moat I float, and that's why I don't even need a boat. You know that it's all written down, it's rote, and you know if I fuck it up, then I choked. We all need the wages, so that we can escape it. So that we race it, so we're running faster, we're trailblazing. Make it smaller, we grind it. If we need some fire, then we light it. If I forget it, I need a reminder. If I'm like a bell, then I'm chiming. I'm living down in the cellar, and I'm no better than anything that you've seen before. How can I soar if we don't care at all? I'm in storage. You lock the door hinge. Being down here is pretty boring. And the paucity of rhyme is keeping me poor in time. Look, and I lack the patience. So how am I gonna make this? How can I last through the ages until I am so ancient? I don't play favorites. I'm not Hermione Granger. I don't want to make it lame. I don't want to blame the way that your hair was braided, so I won't be famous or Lakers. I'm no player, but you know that we need the conception so that we can choose the right person in elections. That's why I spit this invective. I mention every line, every word, every sentence. And we might do repentance. If we fucked up, we have to take the message and bend it. Otherwise resentment will creep up, then we will be ended. Then we fend for ourselves, otherwise we can't protect our wealth. That was okay. Let's keep going. I want to get one more like good bit, then we'll be done for today, I reckon. Alright. If you steal it from me, then you plagiarize. I might find that you stole my eyes, and I might have to eat the pork rind so I can remind you of what is inside my mind. By the minutes and the hours I devour, so I take your power. And the speech is rousing, so you might take off your trousers. We're being strategic. We might take it or we might leave it. In autumn or spring or any season, you're gonna have to see it to believe it. If we speak, it's a dialogue, because I'm a pig, I'm a hog, and I am singing this song, and it's not short and it's not really long. We're going on adventures, we're taking the message and we send them. And this retention is how we hold on to every bit of message. And I am not jeering this. In fact, I'm being serious. Like a leech, we're bleeding this. And if you didn't hear it before, you're hearing this now. So we impound the sow. We put the pig and we put it in the pound. How are we gonna hear the oinking sound if it's kept deep inside the round enclosure that has been closed? And it's the most of the ocean. It's protected by a moat, so I am gloating because the ship won't be floating. That was kinda strange. I think that's a case of mistaken face. You thought I was someone, but your faith was misplaced. And now you are sitting, you're saying grace. Then you are cleaning your plate. And I can see that your hips will gyrate. And by my mistake, I might have to fake it, rearrange it, break, remake it. And we are resorting to the Force like we were important, like we were a Jedi, and we want more of this, so we are not accepting paucity of the porcelain. We want more of it, so we're smashing it like a pig porcine. Or is it porcine? I can't find the rhyme, the good line in time. But if we're making a really loud sound, you know that is because we're proud. And we're making a mountain from a mound. And we are trying to increase the sound of the ground. That's why we stamp till we're underground. Let's find a new rhyme with that, 'cause you know that rhyme wasn't fat. And you know I graduate. That's how I make the hay every day. Like a donut that's glazed. Like a donkey that brays. It's the accumulation of what we reduce, ablation. And the admiration that we're trying to change in this transformation, this arrangement. Alright, I wasn't quite happy with that. Let's do one more of these. One more. Alright. 5 more random words, improvised rap. I want to do one more good one, then we'll wrap it up. Alright. 5 more random words, improvised rap off the dome, no way to flow off the home, up and grow. Like a stoat, like a Ronin. I've got the sickness, got the flu. So what did I decide? What did I choose? Did I want the Pokemon Mew or Mewtwo? I can't choose, so I make a fusion. I grew them from Mew 1, 2 to 3, and now I can feel the heat in 3D. Like the double D's on the screen. I can't believe that this is the spree that I'm on, like I'm living in Lebanon. I got not just a little but a lot of it, so I'm gonna make the fit. I'm gonna cut the kid like the goat, now it's on the stick. We're gonna make a goat kebab. How is that? That's fabulous, man, and it's so delicious. It's gonna glisten with grease like we're gonna kiss it. That was pretty weird, but we're not trying to jeer, we're just trying to veer and steer this car into a new street. It's beyond belief, we gotta slow down. We're gonna try to grow and expand, like we were making a stand, like we were a fan, and we were standing in the stands, and we were like a grand, like it was 1,000. And we're shouting like we're watching the concert, and we just want to acknowledge how great it is. It's like our porridge, it's like the breakfast, it's like in storage. No, that's awful. 5 more random words. 5 more random words, different rhyme. You know we're meat covered in skin, and you know that we got 4 limbs. If it's not the maximum, it might be the min, and if I can't rap it, then I might have to sing. It's like a bee that stings. It's like the resin in the ting, like the tincture. It's a strange resin mixture. We take the paint pot and fill it. If we're not a brother, then we might be your sister. And you know you shine, and you know that you glisten. Fight the system or else be a victim. We gotta get the government and resist it. That's the mission, that is what we exist for. That's why we're trying to find everything we need to survive. I conceive of a better rhyme in my mind in time. And if we're really strong, we are like a tank. And you know that we are like Hank in Breaking Bad, so I will find all the minerals I need. I'm in time. If we're going bad, feel the pain. It's getting kinda strange and kinda strained inside my brain. So I gotta escape the stain, clean the brain. So I gotta make 5 more random words, it's a quota. It's like it was an explosion. It's like we're on the moat and we're floating. And you know that we're like a Ronin because we traveled the world with a nice sword. And it's exciting, so we're not bored. It's like we saw through the aorta and then we lost all our force, and it's a sensation. It's like a strange interrelation. It's like gravitation, the physical laws all through the ages. Did they exist before or were they made? Are they always the same or did they change? Is it in the space-time membrane, or is it otherwise start to fray like the fabric of space and time, like all the stars and the planets they shine? Do they act by any reason or rhyme, or are they mathematically inclined? Did they rise to new heights? Can they climb when they shine? Did they outspeed the light, like going faster than C? I don't know what kinds of equations we need to capture the realities that we see, but that's just science that I admire. I don't understand it cause my mind is too tiny, but I try to fire to find the frequency that I need to exist with thee. That's how we interrelate. We're in the hay, we're making bank, and that's how we escape the countryside. If I wasn't thin, I might be wide. That's where I reside, on high, and if I'm in the limelight, I got the vitamin C that I need so that my gums don't bleed. And we will never retreat because we're advancing. We're really fancy with our pants, and we hand out grants because we're like knights with the lance. And we're like giving bants, and we're like giving hands cause we might start a fight. And we might have to fight through the night until the light starts to disappear. And I can't even start to hear. I can't even start to fear because I'm not afraid and I will never leer. Alright, I lied. We're gonna do one more. I think that was kind of good, some of the space-time stuff. We're gonna do a little bit more. Then we'll wrap it up. 5 more random words, 5 more random words, 5 more random words, 5 more random words. I should really experiment more with like delivery and tone and voice. Like mostly I'm focusing on rhymes, but really like changing the flow, changing the voice, changing the delivery, and I mean the rhythm is something that I obviously need to work on. I should experiment more with some of that. Yo. You know I'm like a moat cause I float and I climb a cliff like a goat. You know that this rap is not pre-wrote because everything's off the fucking dome. I give it to you and then revoke it, and you might say that I stole it, but that's just cause I'm a golem. I'm made of stone so I'm never flowing. I am immaterial, so you're fearing what I'm stealing from you. What kind of terrible monster? I'm like some kind of supernatural mobster. I'm like really rotten, like an apple that I lost, and you might find it and then eat it, and then your season will be like Eden because you've got all the forbidden knowledge, and now you can eat your breakfast and your porridge. You said you didn't, but you saw it. You devour it, or you devour it. I say it softer, then louder. First you're afraid, then you're prouder. Like you're dour, like you're sad, and this is not your hour, but it's okay because we're gonna launch it. You start with little and then you get more of it. If you can't find it soar like an eagle, then you might find the paucity of the rhyme that you need. I live in 3D, that's how I stay fleek. Like I was really Greek. Like I could feel the heat. And if you know you keep your treasure in a chest, you know you would expect no less. It's like I'm trying to flex my pecs, like I was a real T-Rex, like I was eating burritos, Tex-Mex, and then I might elect a new vest, because that's how I protect my chest, and that's how I survive like the rest. And if we're getting busy, then we're like a bee. I've got to make so much honey, you see. And I like to eat brie, cause you know how I feel about cheddar and cheese. And you know that we're growing the cotton. How do we stop it? How do we make a new porridge? I know maybe we will eat a sausage, and we know that we might have fame. How we feel no shame. How else do we escape the blame? How do we go against the grain? And you know we're in the garage, that's the only place where I would hold the marriage. We take the potato and mash it, and when we add in a little bit of cabbage, and we eat it like we're savage. We're so hungry, eat it like we're famished. And you know that we are ravishing, because we're eating the radishes. And that's the infrastructure that we are in. Infrastructure. Eat the mustard and the custard. That doesn't rhyme. Infrastructure. We got lots of luck. Structure. What rhymes with structure? It's instructive, like a structure. And if it's not allowed, then you know it's forbidden. And if I'm not out of it, then I'm in it. You know that I'm writing, spitting every missive. You know that I'm like a victim of the system, and will resist it, and will fit in every missive. Every misses shines and will glisten, cause that is my singular mission. And if we are innocent, we are a lamb. You know that I've only got 2 hands. That's why I've got limited demands. That's why I am living in a can. Like Oscar, I'm on top of the forgotten knowledge. I stopped it, so I keep it in my porridge with the oranges. I like the sort of sausage kid. That's why we are living in administrations. That's why we are living in this nation. That's why we are rolling it and then we blaze it. That's why we're folding it and engraving all the truth into my own face, like scarification. Pretty crazy, eh? But I will rate the day when I can explain, and I can never feel shame at the end of every day. I try to be sensitive, I try to forgive as I don't mention it. I try to have good intentions, and in the end I might send it. So I try to be intentional. That's why I send it all in a pentacle. Alright, little more. Alright, thanks Ray J, thanks Maddie. Alright, 5 more random words. See the lay of the land, I'm not heard. Living like a sheep, living in the herd. And if I don't say it, I don't herd, bird. I'm like a bird, cause I'm living in the earth. Alright, let's go. I'm dropping ideas like a concept. I took what was and what was next. You know that I'm flexing my pecs like a T-Rex, like eating Tex-Mex. And if I get the salt, then I might need the pepper. If the apocalypse is coming, I'm a prepper. And you know I eat the feta and all the cheese, the brie, I eat the cheddar. And if I'm gonna shine, you know you better listen. And you know I'm on an impossible mission. And you know, fight the system, otherwise we might be reduced to victims. If I got 3 eyes, then I might see. If I'm not staying, then I might have to leave. I might go to Spain or I might go to Greece, but either destination is beyond belief. I could see in 3D, so I can explain this heat at the high degrees that I need to keep up the speed. So I resist the heat, and you know I'm sick, I got pneumonia. That's why I'm exploding, yeah. I'm flowing, yeah, like I'm lonely, and I'm exploding like a chosen hate. And we drop the soap. We might have to float through the moat. You know we learn loat, and you know that the raps are improvised, not wrote. You know that I'm trying to reach glory. That's why I'm telling this story. You know, turn it up for more hate. And you know we flow, we won't force it. Like the water that's coming from a faucet. Like it's up high, the 10th story. Like the penthouse, like we will eat more heat. We're resorting to a new kind of sauce. It's not tomato, it's not barbecue, it's not horse. But what do we put on our borscht if not some delicious kind of sauce? Look, I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm not trying to be hot or cool. I'm not trying to be wise or just a fool. I'm not like trying to be Ferris Bueller. I'm just trying to eulogize my own crueler, Bueller, doula. Having a tool like a tooler, and if I'm thinking I might have considerate. Like it's inconsiderate. Considerate, that's why I'm so into it. And if you're not beautiful, it's your funeral. That's pretty mean, I don't mean it all. Funeral, I use it all, abuse it all, retrude. And if it's justice, you know it's judicial. And if it's in the government, you know it's official. We might have to reform it, we might have to break the doors and then storm them, because you know things are getting kinda awful. And you know new forms are what we need to reform, so we gotta storm the door and break the store. I don't care at all, and if we need to be powered, we need the steam. Otherwise the leaves are beyond belief. Otherwise it's lubricated with grease. Otherwise the vegetation are leaks. And you know the allowance is increasing and it's getting louder. How else can we fight the power? How else can we eat and we devour? How else do we get the chowder? How else do we get the flowers to grow from the beautiful land? Otherwise, how can we take our hands and go to Afghanistan? 'Cause I'm the man and I'm wearing a handstand. How do I wear a handstand, you ask? Well, it's quite easy. You simply stand on your pants. And I'm sending a text. That's the best kind of what's next. Otherwise, when I'm eating Tex-Mex like a T-Rex, I might flex my pecs and I might get arrested, 'cause I've been bested by a policeman. Now I'm invests, and investments have all been lost. Everything's fallen, gone, and it rots. Predators are eating the prey. I'm better than I was yesterday. That's how I'm gonna find the way to escape from the field of shame. Like a donkey that's braying, like a player in La Brea, like a Laker. I don't rate it, but it's okay, because we're not a killer, not a slayer, but a maker. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of MC Radio Rental Freestyle Raps. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Ray J. Thank you, Ezio. See you next time. Cheers.